Hey guys, and welcome back to the Ether Hub. I'm Simon here with more MTG lore. Today we'll do a little diving into the history of Dominaria, adding a bit more flavor to the story as we get to it. Recently, Wizards of the Coast released articles based off new spoiled cards, adding some flavor/story to them. These videos will complement and add to those articles. Of course, the full articles will always be linked in the description below, and I highly suggest you give them a read. Today's video is on the prestigious Tolarian Academy, probably the most famous school in the entire multiverse. There have been a lot of historically important events occurring in regards to this academy, so let's get started and hit on as much as we can, along with tying them into the new cards and lore from the Dominaria set. So the Academy was first founded by the planeswalker Urza, who, upon discovering the threat of the Phyrexians, wanted to prepare Dominaria for an eventual confrontation. The Academy served a singular purpose, training its citizens to be mages and artificers to build a magical army and arsenal as a defense against the Phyrexians. Urza wasn't alone in this endeavor. Another long-lived and experienced mage, Barrin, aided him in the Academy's mission. Barrin's wife, Rain, would in fact become Tolarian Academy's first chancellor. Rain would go on to be an accomplished academic and skilled war mage in her own right, even assisting in the Prophecy War. This conflict with the Keldon would eventually cost her her life. When she fell from horseback, left injured and defenseless, she was an easy target for a mutant named Greel. Still, Rain would go down as one of the greats to come out of the Academy. Of course, there were other great and influential mages to come out of Tolarian Academy, two of which are continuing their adventures in our return to Dominaria, that being Teferi and Jhoira, both of which were young adepts at the school, where they eventually grew into the legendary artificers and sorcerers we know them as today. Having some of the greatest minds and talents of the multiverse all learn and studying in one place, you're obviously going to see some results. And boy, did the Tolarian Academy deliver. One of the most influential discoveries to come out of this establishment's hard work was the substance known as Slowtime Water. Not a very imaginative name, but it is as amazing as it sounds. It allows mere mortals to extend their lives thousands of years, which is why we see characters like Jhoira not looking like an actual mummy. While Teferi has some other time nonsense going on, our trusty captain of the Weatherlight Jhoira stays young with Slowtime Water. That's not to say other great discoveries didn't come out of the Tolarian Academy. On the contrary, there may be way too many for us to list here in this short video, but some of the highlights include a literal time machine, genetic selective breeding and trait experiments resulting in the Metathrane and the Bloodline Project, which ultimately created Gerard Capuchin, the Titan engines, basically giant mechs used by planeswalkers to attack Phyrexia, and of course the skyship Weatherlight itself, which could straight up planeswalk anywhere. Keep in mind, all of these discoveries were made in the shadow of the Phyrexian threat. Urza planned to use them all in any way he could to defeat Dominaria's eternal enemy. Regardless of its purpose, you can see this structure on the small, far-flung island of Tolaria proved a great success. That is, of course, until it exploded. As one would imagine, a school pushing the boundaries with powerful spells and devices while teaching young minds would probably hit a few roadblocks, and the Tolarian Academy did, several times, being burned down, shattered, sunk, and even rebuilt a few times. In Urza's absence, his academy would be destroyed only to be rebuilt 10 years later when he made his return to Dominaria. But the Tolarian Academy would meet its final end at the hands of a friend and founder, the mage Barrin, who would cast an all-encompassing blast that not only left Tolarian Academy in ruins, but shattered the island itself, sinking the school beneath the waves. To be fair to Barrin, the school was already destroyed thanks to Phyrexian sleeper agents who infiltrated the academy, setting off bombs that killed Barrin's daughter, Hannah. In losing Hannah, Barrin destroyed the whole damn thing. And that was basically the end of the original Tolarian Academy. It would never be rebuilt or raised to the surface. But its enduring legacy of education and academia would live on as former students and teachers went out into the greater Dominaria and founded new schools sharing the original Academy's name, standard, and goals. The most famous of these would probably be Tolaria West, a school founded on the Western Spice Islands. This isn't the only one by any means. 4 other schools, 5 total with Tolaria West, would sprout from the ashes of the Tolarian Academy, all in different regions teaching slightly different classes of magic and artificy, yet all sharing the same goal of teaching the next generations of skilled mages on Dominaria. One of the most popular topics of discussion among the academies? Well, that would be the history of magic on Dominaria, a debate highlighted in a few cards from the Dominaria set. Wizard's Lightning and Wizard's Retort describe, in essence, the very beginning of magic and mages on Dominaria. It is a story of survival and adaptation. When the first wizards learned to harness the power of the elements, calling forth lightning from their fingers, others learned quickly how to dispel and control that magic. So the cycle continued till we see magic as it is today. New, ever more destructive spells would form, and even more clever cancels would emerge in turn. Evolution on a magical level. And there you go guys, the history of the Tolarian Academy and magic itself on Dominaria. I'm sure more will come from our return to this iconic plane, but this was a good refresher before we begin a new semester. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and of course, share it across the multiverse. If you want to support Vorthos here on YouTube and join the Vorthos army, consider supporting the Ether Hub through Patreon. Find that linked below. And yes, your support will give you some awesome loot. As always guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time here on the Ether Hub.